What are some of the practices that you learned as you specialized in substance use disorders that have been really helpful as you work with survivors in DV residential settings?
We do individuals and group therapy as well. So basically on Sundays we do a group and we have a moment of sharing some stories, showing some videos. I love doing cognitive therapy as well, behavioral therapy, because it will change the brain and it will change, this doing like, they say insanity, we try to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So basically I try to put it in a board or like what have we done and what can we do differently. I also show them the power and control wheel, the cycle of abuse, so like that they're very alert and that they sober to see when it's coming, because sometimes the verbal abuse is very sneaky and you don't see it if you're not like alert and say that sounded like a little verbally abuse. So basically we do a lot of like, I love doing role plays as well. So
Mhm.
I put maybe one is the abuse and the other one is the survivor, and then we do some type of role playing. I love showing videos and then getting their feedback. We do mirror imaging as well. And then I try to show them what feels comfortable and what feels unease. I love doing mindfulness as well, like letting them be in the now. I love the power of the now. I always say your time is now because that's when everything is happening. I believe that the past is gone forever and the future may not come. So I try to give them like center them with trauma informed as well. I love being trauma informed. I tell them like, tell me five things you see, tell me five things you smell, tell me five things you hear. And then we do some breathing exercises prior to the exercise of the five senses. And then they start learning, I give them a picture of something that's like scary and then something that's very peaceful. And then I show them the difference. So it's very important to show them what they are what their experiences have been and how we could change it and break the cycle, and then how we could become a better version of not being in a toxic relationship. So
Yeah.
I do some mindfulness. I am basically like eclectic because I take a little piece of everything depending on the need of the individual, like of the survivor in front of me. So I actually depend on what their needs are. But I love, my passion is actually groups. And I feel like the more the better. But I love running groups and I love doing positive motivation. So that people stay positive in life.
And then, what are some of the strategies that maybe work in substance use disorder treatment, but aren't really the right fit for survivors who are in shelter?
Okay, so basically, like when I have a tragedy like that, I try to do active listening and see what is maybe like the underlying. So like I have had clients that say, "Oh no, I don't have a substance use disorder," or they don't really say that, but I don't have a drug and alcohol problem. But then on Friday they come in and they smell like alcohol. I pass by them and they smell like alcohol, but I wait until like the next day. Usually I wait 24 hours after they had their last drink to talk to them. And then I talk to them and I let them open up to me. So as tragedy, like if somebody's actively using, I try for like I give them some education first so like that they could see, I might have that too. Or I have that. And then I don't try to push them. I try to find them where they at and I try to give them tools. So that's like one of the strategies that I use, like active listening and being compassionate for the person, not pushing them around or, oh, just because that person's drinking, let's discharge them. We do some teamwork and we do some like group, like the staff, we get together once a week and we try to review each client by name and by their needs. And then the manager is there, the coordinator of the shelter is there, and myself. We also do that in outreach as well. So like that we can make sure that everybody's getting their needs. I don't
Mm,
know if I answer like the entire question, but that's in the substance use disorder inside the shelter.
yeah. So what are some of the other ways that you collaborate with the other, the advocates and the other people working there to really have that teamwork approach?
So usually I also do training with them so that
Mhm.
they understand, the substance use disorder versus domestic violence. Some people say, oh, the if I'm drinking, I will cause the domestic violence. It's very important for them to understand that one doesn't cause the other. So
Mhm.
it doesn't cause the other. The only thing is like if somebody's intoxicated, it might get more aggressive, but it doesn't mean that it caused it. So it's very important as a team to have a lot of not like a lot of trainings and getting up to date. I actually also send them links for them to learn more about it and how to do the during the assessment when the client calls in, they also ask some questions so like that we know who's coming in and what their needs are. So literally like we have a very close communication. The way that they do it is they if they think the person has a substance use disorder while in the shelter, they will refer them to me and then I do the assessment. Or when they don't send them to me, I do the assessment anyways within 24 hours after they are admitted into the shelter. I just want to rule out that they understand that I'm there. Oh, and it's very important. I put poster all over the shelter so like they know that I'm there on Sundays and on Mondays. I go Mondays and Sundays and that I'm available 24/7 for them to text me or call me. They love texting. I think they feel more comfortable and then they call me or I call them and we make appointments. But it's very important for them to know that the service is there and that we're there to help them whenever they need it.